Hi, I'm David Speight. I'm the Executive Chef and Culinary Director for UBC Food Services. Today we are on the Orchard Garden, a hidden gem on this beautiful campus. Today we're going to make a salmon recipe. It's going to be a grilled wild coho salmon. We're going to serve it today with a local strawberry and jalapeno salsa and a citrus feta salad. It's going to be a really beautiful summer dish, very easy to prepare, really good for the grilling season, and we're really excited to share that recipe with you today. To begin, I'd like to acknowledge that the Vancouver Point Grey campus is on the traditional, unceded ancestral territories of the Musqueam people. And I know that you are joining us from far and near, and we'd like to acknowledge the people, the caretakers and stewards of those lands as well. Normally, we would be gathered outside the UBC Bookstore for Summer Sizzler, and you would be in person with us and get to experience the cooking demonstration and enjoy the samples that we make. Unfortunately, today that's not the case. We do, however, hope that you feel comfortable to prepare this recipe at home if you're up for the challenge. And if not, you can absolutely get this dish at the Point Grill for a limited time in June and moving into July. So it'll be available for you to try in person. So before we begin cooking, we want to secure our ingredients. And I want to take a moment and talk about ingredients. So we always believe it's really important to buy local, buy BC, support our local farmers and food producers in our province. Beyond that, you're going to get fresher, better tasting food if it travels a shorter distance to your doorstep, to your kitchen. I wanted to highlight some of the things that we're going to work with today. So this beautiful salmon here is a wild coho. This salmon was supplied to us by Organic Ocean. They are an excellent sustainable seafood company servicing the Vancouver area. And this fish actually was caught by Captain Stephen Lewis and his son Brendan right off the north coast of Haida Gwaii. In front of us for some of the other ingredients, we're always excited to support our very own UBC farm. These beautiful local organic strawberries come from the farm, as well as our baby greens. The UBC farm is just getting going with their harvest season, and we're really excited to taste their wonderful ingredients throughout the year. And one other thing I want to point out is our Golden Ears cheese. Golden Ears cheese is a female-owned company, a couple of sisters, Jenna and Emma. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to do our marinade for our salmon. So the marinade is, we're going to start with some cilantro, and we want about 1 cup of cilantro. And we just want to coarse chop on that cilantro because we are going to put it in a food processor, so we don't need to worry about getting too fine. So we've got that, and then we're going to have 2 cloves of garlic. And again, slice it small right now. It is going to be pureed in the food processor as well. But we want to make sure that we don't have any big chunks of garlic into that marinade. So starting with our garlic, we'll put that in our food processor, and then we'll add in our cilantro as well. Put that right in there. And then the next thing we're going to need some lime. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Perfect. With the limes, we want to break them down a little bit because we are going to juice them. We want the juice of these. So we're just going to roll them on our cutting board, cut them in half, and then we're going to squeeze that beautiful lime juice right in there. This marinade is going to double as our vinaigrette for our quinoa. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try to layer flavors and keep them consistent throughout, and that's going to give us some nice balance. And then we want to season with salt and pepper. And we're going to put in some fresh chilies, dried chilies for some heat. And then we're going to finish with some olive oil. And we're going to want to use some good olive oil here, some extra virgin olive oil, as this is not going to be cooked. This is going to be part of the marinade, but also part of the quinoa salad as well. So we want to be generous with our olive oil in there. And then once we have that, we're going to blend it all together. And then what we're looking for is a nice consistency such as that. So that's going to provide great flavor. What you could do at home with a salmon, you could do this the day before, toss the salmon in it, put it in a Ziploc bag that's sealable and keep it in the fridge overnight. those flavors are going to intensify over the night and provide really good flavors for your dish as well. Or if you don't have that time, you can simply do it just before the salmon goes on the grill. So that's the marinade. Alright, so we need to make our salsa. So we're going to make a strawberry and jalapeno salsa. These strawberries are just so beautiful. It's June and it's strawberry season here in Vancouver, and these organic strawberries from the farm are just absolutely so beautiful. The taste of a local in-season strawberry as opposed to a strawberry that you may find in the winter months is night and day. So 'tis the season to be enjoying our strawberries. So we're going to make this salsa, and we just want to cut the strawberries down. The beautiful thing about salmon, fresh salmon on the grill will go with almost any berry as the season changes. So in the late spring, early summer, strawberries are golden and beautiful. As the season progresses, wild blueberries, very good dish, pairs well with salmon. And even as you get into the later months of the summer and the stone fruit season hits, you could pair grilled salmon with cherries, with peaches, nectarines, you name it. So the sweetness from the berry really lends itself well to the fattiness of the salmon. So that's going to help us inspire this dish with these lovely strawberries. Alright, so we've got these beautiful strawberries. I just want to point out the color of the inside of the strawberry is almost as red as the outside of the strawberry, and that tells you that you're going to get a super ripe, super sweet strawberry. You use some of those non-local, non-seasonal strawberries, you cut them in the middle and they're white, and there's really not a flavor there. So these strawberries look absolutely fantastic, and we're going to really enjoy them in this dish. So we've got our strawberries. Next thing I'm going to be looking for are 2 jalapeno peppers. So there they come. Beautiful. Jalapeno peppers. When you're slicing your jalapenos, if you want to make your dish really spicy, feel free to use the seeds. But if you're a little bit cautious of the spice level, you can just use the non-seeds part. We're going to cut the pith out and get ourselves down to a lovely jalapeno pepper like such. So we're going to get some heat from here, but it's not going to be overpowering, and it's going to provide nice flavor for our dish and offset the sweetness of the strawberries. So we're really excited about that. Alright, so now that we've got our jalapeno peppers, what we're going to want to do is we're going to make sure that whenever we're doing a salsa, we want to make sure that we're careful with our knife skills, and we're making sure that we have nice uniform sizes. We always teach our young culinarians that if they're making something that's not going to be cooked like a salsa, you want to make sure that all the sizes are even, because if you've got some really big pieces and then some really small pieces, you're not going to get that balance, and you're going to get some sharp taste that you're not looking for. So make sure that all of your cuts are the same size. We're going with a nice small dice of these jalapeno peppers, and I would suggest that we've got a beautiful uniform cut on those jalapeno peppers. We're going to add those to our strawberries, and you can already see the nice bright colors that are taking shape in here with our red and our green. Next thing we want, we're going to have a red onion coming in low. So for our red onion, same thing as the jalapeno peppers, we want to make sure that we are using, again, nice uniform sizing on those cuts. Alright, so when you're using your knife, you want to make sure that you have a nice secure cutting board underneath you, something that's not going to slip. And when you're holding your knife, hold your knife in your whatever is your dominant hand, and you want to make sure that you're holding it firmly but not too tight. So I remember being taught in my early days that you want to hold it like you're holding a small bird. You don't want to hold it so tight that you're going to squish it, but you want to hold it firmly enough that it's not going to be able to fly away from you. And so that's kind of how you want to hold your knife. And then your other hand, which is your the hand that's most at risk of getting cut, your guide hand, you want to curl those fingers and use your knuckle as a guide. And as long as you don't take the cutting board up over that knuckle, or the knife up over that knuckle, you're not going to cut yourself. And then the other thing is you want to make sure that your knives are always sharp. The sharper the knife, the less often you're going to cut yourself. Alright, so beautiful colors already in our salsa. Last thing we want to do is add some fresh cilantro, which I've already cut up. Is going to go in there. Salt and pepper, of course, to season. And we're going to want to finish with a lime. Awesome. Again, break down that lime for squeezing. And get all that beautiful lime juice in that salsa. And these flavors are just going to go really well with your patio season. And then we're just going to want to mix all that up. And that, my friends, is our strawberry jalapeno salsa that is going to go very nicely with that salmon dish. Now we want to make the base for our dish, so that's going to be some quinoa. This dish, you could serve the quinoa warm, you could serve the quinoa chilled, it's up to you. Today we're going to serve it chilled. So we've got about a cup of quinoa. And again, some of those same flavors that we saw earlier. So we're going to put some cilantro in there. We're going to put a little pinch of chilies. And then we are going to use some lime, of course. Beautiful. And break that lime down. Put that in there. And we're also going to put in some mint for some nice flavor. And then so we've got our lime going in, and then of course a little salt, pepper, and just a little bit of nice quality olive oil, and we're just going to mix that all together. And you can really smell that mint and that cilantro. I know you can't at home, but I can here. You got to take my word for it. But that's some really nice flavors, and that's going to provide a nice base for our salmon salad. All right, it's time to grill our salmon. So we want to make sure that we have our grill nice and hot, lightly oiled. Really hot grill is going to help that sear right away, and that's going to help the salmon not stick to the grill, so we're looking for that. We've got our salmon here already marinated. Really beautiful, as you can see, lots of marinade on there. Don't be shy, those flavors are going to really come through on this dish. So let's get the salmon on the grill. All right, we're at our hot grill. When we're cooking our salmon, or really anything that you're going to put on the grill, you always want to cook your show side, your presentation side first, down first. So we're going to put our salmon. You can hear that nice sizzle, that's what you're looking for. Alright, we've got our salmon on the grill. What we're looking for when we're cooking our salmon, we're going to try to cook it to a nice medium rare. That's going to be perfect for this dish. And we're going to try to get our nice cross marks. We'll see if it works. So we always put it down show side, and then we flip it over, and then we do the quarter turns after that to get our hatch marks. When you're cooking salmon on a hot grill like this, it won't take too long. I'm thinking 3 minutes per side to get to that medium rare. And remember that if you take your salmon and either take it off and rest it for a little while, or put it on the top part, it will continue to cook. So you're going to be calculating that into your cook time. All right, now it's time to flip our salmon. So we're going to take it over, and that's looking good. Alright, our salmon is ready on the grill, and I want to provide a tip that I see happen all the time. At-home barbecue, people bring out whatever they're grilling on a plate, and then they grill their food, and then I see them put it back on the exact same plate that they had their raw meat, seafood, you name it on. We're not going to do that. We're going to ask that you always think ahead and you bring a second platter or vessel to put your cooked food on, to eliminate any risk of a foodborne illness. These pieces of salmon look lovely. Alright, beautiful. And last thing is to put together our salmon salad. So what we want to do, start with that beautiful quinoa, and we're going to put that down at the bottom of our beautiful bowl for a nice base. Just like such. And then we've got some beautiful baby greens from the UBC farm. And if you remember our marinade from earlier on, we're going to use a little bit of that to provide a nice little dressing for our greens. Don't overdress your greens. Little toss. And these beautiful nutritious greens are going to go on next, right on top of our quinoa, like such. And then next, beautiful piece of our wild coho right on top. And to finish, we are going to get our feta cheese and crumble some of that on there. I got some beautiful golden ears feta going right on top, just like so. And then our lovely strawberry jalapeno salsa, right like that. And then it is time to enjoy. Thank you very much. This is our wild salmon salad with jalapeno and strawberry salsa with our feta cheese here from the Orchard Garden. Thanks for joining and enjoy. If you want to get some of these lovely ingredients for yourself, happy to announce the UBC Farmers Market is running Tuesday evenings as well as Saturday afternoons. If you want to come in and buy this complete dish at the Point Grill, you can do so. Open from Monday through Saturday. And if you want to make this recipe at home, please check out the recipe down below.